Listen, it's time for the most highly requested video on the channel. One of, no, the most iconic clash in all of anime. Goku vs Frieza on Namek. And I know what you're thinking, why did this take so long?
You didn't say please!
Just a little background real quick, and we're gonna get right into it. Frieza is in his final form. He's pummeling Vegeta while the Z fighters watch, knowing they're next up on the menu. Any hope they had of not getting tortured and bodied is long gone. But while they're watching this massacre, Goku finally finishes recovering in the healing chamber and gets right to business. Look at the distance he covers while Frieza is about to deliver the finishing blow. This was the best pull-up in all of DBZ, period. And just the confidence too, as he's walking towards the biggest menace in the entire universe, flexing his aura with a smile on his face. It's not me glazing here either, the writers knew how cold this was. Years later at the end of the Cell Saga, when Gohan is reminiscing about his dad, he says what he'll never forget about him out of everything they've been through is this moment, when they were up against Frieza knowing they couldn't win, how he just walked right up to him. Man, chills. Anyways, Frieza tests him to see if he's legit, and Goku passes with flying colors. Vegeta thinks he became a Super Saiyan, and Frieza kills him for yapping about it. After an emotional speech, Goku, now more in touch with his Saiyan roots, buries his former rival. He's even more locked in now, as if he didn't already have enough motivation for this one. Man, I can go on and on, cause Namek was a masterpiece, but you're here for the fight, so let's get it. Since we're dealing with the longest fight in anime history, I'm splitting it up into two parts, and scoring each one like it's its own fight, both with the 10-point must system. This video is part 1, and it's scheduled for 5 rounds. After each round, the winner gets 10 points, and the loser gets 9 points or less depending on how badly they lost, and how much damage they took. If it goes all 5 rounds, the scores get tallied, and the fighter with more points wins. But the fight can end in any round by stoppage. Okay, let's get right into it. Sound the bell, round 1, let's go. It starts off with Goku and Frieza facing off, having a stare down, and I love this right here. Goku gives Piccolo the most subtle look, and he immediately understands the assignment. He yells at the gang to book it so he can fully lock in. There's that laser focus we need right now. He lunges in with an explosive first step and throws a massive right hand that gets blocked. You see the power behind the shot while Frieza is standing there like a brick wall. They disappear and we see flashes of high-speed exchanges. Frieza dodges the head kick. Goku catches the right hand, tries to come in with his own right, but it misses by a mile. High-speed exchanges in the air here while the terrain is getting lit up by the shockwaves. Watch this. Frieza comes in with a nice 3-piece combo, but Goku slips the right hand on the outside, pulls back from the left, and beautifully rolls under the head kick. Then he slips another right hand from Frieza, but this time he cuts the outside angle and launches a big counter. But Frieza recomposes himself in time and dodges by flying over him and going into a spin. Goku tries to attack while he's vulnerable here, but it was just bait for this counter. Frieza throws a combo with his tail, but whoop, 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 whoop. Goku recomposes, but here's the thing about this style matchup. Goku's almost always more athletic and acrobatic than his opponents, but he's dealing with someone even more nimble than he is here. Smaller, quicker, and Frieza's got the X factor here with his tail that lets him set up shots from really awkward angles. It's funny, he's having to deal with a lot of the same problems his opponents had to deal with when he was a kid in OG Dragon Ball. And Frieza's automatic too, follows up immediately with the Ki Blast when Goku lands. He's got to use a Kamehameha to propel himself away from the beam. Goku hops into the explosion debris and Frieza throws a flurry of eye lasers that all miss. And he's like, wait a second, he can't sense Ki? And keep that in mind, he's going to utilize that advantage here throughout the fight, as he should. Also, keep that in mind for some of the crazy timing you're going to see from Frieza throughout this fight. I mentioned it in my Piccolo vs Frieza analysis how insane his timing is, but it's even crazier when you find out he's doing all of this without even being able to sense energy. Bro is just wired. That's that God-given talent. He finds his target and continues shooting the beams, but Goku's dodging beautifully. Then he blocks a right hand and fires off his own that Frieza slips heavy on the outside so he can set up a head kick counter. Block, dodge, another head kick blocked by Goku. He tries to counter with a big hook and chains it with his own head kick, but Frieza cuts the nastiest angle here by swooping underneath him and getting behind him. I'm telling you, bro, his aerial game is a 10 out of 10. But watch this, Frieza tries to catch him with a double hammer fist, but Goku pulls back and counters with a downward elbow. Clean money. He follows up with the right hand, but a block, and the head kick finally lands for Frieza. And again, immediate follow-up Ki Blast that also lands flush. Frieza thinks it's GG, but Goku pulls up behind him like,
"Hey, I'm just getting started, little brother. I'm coming for it all."
Frieza's like, where did this guy come from? As they're falling down, Goku throws a right hand, but Frieza disappears. He's trying to find them. There he is, double Ki Blast to the hillside, but Frieza dodges and disappears again. Goku anxious trying to find him once more, but this time Frieza gets the jump on him, comes out of the water and throws a ki blast that can't be dodged in time. He does catch it though, and it sends him backwards, but he's just able to bounce it back. Frieza follows up with an eye laser that Goku dodges easily this time, but it was actually meant for planet Namek. Lava erupts from the planet, and as he dodges it, Frieza pressures him with some more laser beams. Then here comes another ki blast that stirs up the lava some more, and Frieza uses his telekinesis to launch it at him. He blocks it with his ki, but he uses that as a setup to land his tail strike to the back, chaining his offense beautifully again. Goku hanging off this cliff. Bro, you know you can fly, right? He does the same thing against Majin Vegeta, just let go. He comes out of the lava as it erupts and shoots a Kamehameha at it to patch the opening. Frieza tries to land on him while he's distracted, but he dodges and builds some distance. He tells him to leave the planet out of their battle, and Frieza agrees, but as we all know, bro's not gonna keep his word whatsoever. This part kills me. Frieza's like, wait, you're the one who killed Captain Ginyu. And Goku's like, not killed, changed. He was blue, now he's green. And Frieza's like, ha, very funny. Time out here. First of all, that joke did not hit. You got your colors wrong. He wasn't blue. Also, Frieza had no context for this joke. Why would he think it's funny? Anyways, let's get back to the action. Frieza launches an invisible ki blast with his mind that makes a big explosion, but Goku dodges it, shows him how it's done, and lands his own that almost sends him into the water, but the teleportation stirs up the ocean, and look at this. Frieza comes out of the water and lands a head kick that sends Goku into the water. The use of the environment in this fight is just the best in the entire show. It reminds me of the classic Jackie Chan movies where he's using chairs, tables, ladders, just all kinds of stuff around him to win a fight, just on a mega scale. Very high IQ play by Goku here. While he's underwater, he uses Frieza not being able to sense ki to his advantage. He makes 2 Kamehameha orbs that he's gonna use like torpedoes. Dude is always adding new creativity to this move, I swear. He launches the first one at Frieza. It shocks him, but he still manages to dodge. Frieza wants to launch his own ki blast in retaliation, but he almost gets caught with torpedo number 2. While he's recomposing, Goku is out of the water and lands the cleanest head kick and best shot of the fight so far that sends Frieza a mile away. Look at the destruction this caused. It's funny, almost a decade later, Gohan tries something really similar when he was in the same situation against Dabura. Look at this trash, no wonder he retired early. Deep down in his heart, he knew he was not him. But anyways, Frieza blasts his way out of this mountain and brushes it off. He gives Goku his props by saying this is the first time someone besides his parents were able to hurt him, and these two reset as round 1 comes to a close. It was a super close round, but I'm going to score this one a 10-9 for Goku. Let's look at the stats. Very low landed from both fighters, but Frieza had a slight numbers advantage here. But it's not just quantity, it's quality. And that's how Goku ended up stealing the round, was the work he got off at the very end with the Kamehameha diversion. This was by far the best shot landed and the best play in the entire round. But guys, we're only getting started. Let's move on to round 2. Frieza starts this one off coming in slick, and then he uses his telekinesis again, this time to control these rocks. And I'm just assuming they're juiced up by his ki, otherwise you might as well throw sticks of butter at him. He launches them and Goku's just amazed that he can do this all with his mind. Frieza actually has an incredibly deep bag that I feel like doesn't get talked about often, but maybe that's just me. Goku fires off a scattered ki blast to wipe out all the rocks, and he comes back down cocky. Look at him. This time Frieza gathers a humongous rock and throws it at him, but Goku's got that look in his eye. He's on that same Dom Toretto like when he fought Piccolo Jr.
I'm not running!
He catches the rock, but it pushes him back all the way to this mountain. Then we see this ki blast slice through it like a hot knife on butter, while Goku bursts through it and resets. But Frieza, not letting up at all, just like last round, chains one attack after another like usual, and traps him with this ki ball that's powered by his telekinesis. And if the ball touches anything aside from Frieza, it'll detonate. He hits him with the tail and it sends him flying back and forth like a pinball. Some more pinball action here. Goku's getting ragdolled. Then he catches him and launches a ki blast that sends him flying into the ground, and the ball detonates in a massive explosion. But as the smoke clears, we see he's still alive. They explain he was able to actually outrun the explosion, and I'll let the power scalers deal with this.
Goku's reaction time would have to be 5 times the speed of light.
Bro, I'm just here to break down the hands. I'm good off that. Anyways, Goku's like, man, I can't make any more mistakes around this guy. He capitalizes on it every time. That's what it's like when 2 elite competitors face off. It's a game of inches. One little screw up like a second lapse in judgment, and the other guy gets the advantage, just like that. Goku pulls up and Frieza gives him a proposition in his native language. That was not your language, bro. You just spewed some nonsense. No, but he tells him let's stop with the sandbagging and get down to business. But this was He literally finds a new way to sandbag a minute later. He asks Goku if they should continue in the ground or up in the air, and he picks ground. Smart choice by the way, because Frieza definitely has the advantage in the air. Even back to the pre-fight exchange where Goku countered him with a kick, look at how Frieza slides back in the air to recompose himself. Who else is moving like this? Look at the gracefulness. Meanwhile, Goku's still using the Nimbus Cloud at the end of the Saiyan saga. Ugh. They find a suitable island to continue the fight. They're on that Piccolo vs Android 17. Frieza wants to make it more interesting, and he says he's gonna stop using his hands for the rest of the fight. I told you, man's a professional sandbagger. Goku doing the classic stretch. Then he comes in with a left hook that Frieza dodges. Here comes a head kick, but a clean pullback that Goku chains into a set of back handsprings to dodge this flurry of kicks. He dodges another kick and comes back with a huge right hand that Frieza easily dodges. Then here comes Goku with his own flurry of kicks, but again, Frieza having the time of his life easily dodging these kicks. You can tell dodging for him is a lot less labored. Then he slips on the inside of the side kick and counters with a tail strike to the jaw. He stunned him with that one. 7 more unanswered tail strikes land for Frieza, but the last one wakes him up a bit. Goku's back on the offensive, just tries throwing everything he can, but he's not setting his shots up well. It's just mindless aggression. He needs to go back to a more calculated approach. Maybe he's thinking, well, he's not using his hands, so I should be able to land with enough volume. Nah, Frieza's playing him here. Look at this, sweeps his leg, but Goku comes back, again not able to land anything. Frieza turns his body in the air, and Goku thinks he has an opportunity to land a body kick, but whoop! Then Frieza grabs his leg with a tail and drags him to the ground, but Goku stops the slam and gets control of the tail. Gets him with that throw move, that's the dragon throw, and he tries to follow up with some offense, but Frieza disappears. Comes at him again, but then again, but this time he's distracting him with a flurry of rocks. Kicks this rock at him to overload his vision and uses that opportunity to land a tail strike to the body, but Goku grabs the tail again. He's starting to figure him out. Frieza doesn't want to get thrown again, so he initiates this time, but a block. Pull back. They're going back and forth, and Goku's timing is getting better and better. Even lands a grazing little shot here, but Frieza comes back with a low-high combo and lands the head kick. Immediate get back here though, body kick. Look at the pressure. Frieza's rolling the shots off his shoulder. He's on that Floyd Mayweather, but it's too close for comfort, so he grabs him with the tail and tries choking him out, but Goku bites the tail like the junkyard dog that he is and comes back with a huge kick that lands flush on the temple. Then he lights him up with a body shot flurry while he's rocked. Throws a flurry of head kicks that Frieza dodges so he can set up this massive right hand. Front kick to the body, boom! Another right hand up top. Frieza's getting cooked and he has no choice, so he instinctively breaks his self-proposed limitation and throws a massive overhand right that drops his opponent. This punch was always so satisfying, I don't know why. Goku gets up and he's talking a big game about how he made him use his hands, and Frieza's like, yeah, whatever, deal's off. And they're going back and forth as round 2 comes to a close. Another competitive round, but this one I scored a 10-9 for Frieza. Let's take a look at the stats. Frieza outlanded him here. He was a lot more efficient too and had control of the round for longer. More damage dealt as well. Very competitive still, but a clear advantage here. Oh, and something to point out for the stats. I counted the strikes against Goku when he was stuck in the energy ball as a half strike each. It looked like he wasn't fully making contact with Goku, but the ball itself, and he was getting hit with the residual impact. Plus, I also counted that as a ki blast landed too on the sheet, so I think I made the right choice with how I interpreted that combo, but take it with a grain of salt. Anyways, the score is now tied at 19-19 heading into the 3rd round, and this round is crazy. Let's take a look. It starts off with Frieza saying he's been holding back, but before he turns it up, he tries scouting Goku. He wants to give him a chance to join him. Says under him he could live like a god, but I love this. He says, no way, I've got everything a man could ever want. See, that's that pure heart. Frieza's like, look, I know you've been holding back, what, 5-10 times your strength? Bro, I've been sandbagging so hard, I've only used 1%. Here, let me show you 50. Goku actually can't believe it. He's like, nah, you're bluffing. That's not possible, bro. Then Frieza hits the pose and powers up to 50%. Goku teleports behind them while his guard is down, but Frieza with the supreme confidence says, it's a shame, we could have been so good together. Okay, time out. I'm starting to think he was on that Diddy timing. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say there was no
implication.
Goku slowly approaching but stops when he sees the ki charge. He's shook because he realizes he wasn't bluffing, bro. Frieza comes in with the elbow to the face that Goku couldn't even see. He's stumbling. He's on edge. Frieza again with the insane speed appears right behind him and sweeps his leg out from underneath him. Grabs him by the neck and pulls him in for a backward elbow to the body that freezes him. He's like, do you get it now? You never had a chance. And he turns his back to him. What you're about to see now is a pure disrespect masterclass. Goku comes in with the body kick, but Frieza ducks under and sweeps both of his legs and literally lays flat on his stomach, completely vulnerable, and lets him come close enough to throw a right hand, but right before he lands. Oh no, not the humiliation ritual. It's not a Frieza battle unless he forces you into a humiliation ritual, bro. First it was Nail, then Piccolo, then what he did to Vegeta. Please don't let him get Goku too. No, no, no.
Why are you showing me all this?
He comes in again while Frieza has his back turned, but he gets countered with a kick to the face, double hammer fist, knee to the spine, tail to the body that ragdolls him. Goku tries to make a move here, but another headshot. Miss, 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 miss. Look at this one. Right hand counter to the jaw, kick to the back of the head, wraps the tail around his neck again and tosses him. He comes up behind him. Goku, terrified, tries to turn around, but right when he does, boom, right hook to the jaw. Then he comes up out of the ground with a punch to the spine and launches him into the water with his tail. He comes out of the water and after catching his breath, rushes in at Frieza and tries to land a hook, but head kick lands for Frieza here. Another one. Elbow to the face stuns Goku and breaks his nose. He tries to throw another hook, but look at this. Frieza turns away from the shot and counters with a tail strike to the jaw. While he's getting massacred, we get a shot from King Kai's planet so we can hear some commentary from Goku's boys. They got the fight pulled up on a stream and Tien's like, I wouldn't worry too much about him. Remember, he still got the Kaioken. And King Kai hits us with one of the most bone-chilling lines in the show. No, stop coping, you don't get it. Goku's been using the Kaioken attack the entire time and he's still getting picked apart. Man. Then they show us some more exchanges, except this time they actually show the bursts of aura from the Kaioken turning on and off. He's been using it pretty much this whole round, but they're just now making us aware of it. Look at this exchange. Frieza comes in and Goku uses a Kaioken to try and dodge, but still gets clipped by the short hook. He comes in with the hook that Frieza dodges and he fires up the Kaioken again to just barely block this elbow. But Frieza swoops in with the elbow to the jaw. Goku tries to come over the top, but look at the counter. Whoop! Dodges a flurry of kicks and lands a knee to the back, punch to the body, and thrashes him with these two kicks. Then we see more and more ragdolling. He is getting absolutely massacred. He gives him a second to breathe and then he fires off a ki blast from his fingers and look at the fear in his eyes here. He thinks it's over, but the light fades away and we see Frieza missed on purpose just to show him I can end you at any second. He split Namek in half here and Goku just can't believe it. He's looking at Frieza and he's contemplating, what if I can't beat him? You gotta realize this is not something he ever contemplates when he's the last hope left. But Frieza was just built different. No other villain made the Z Fighters feel this level of just dread. And with that, round 3 comes to a close. Okay, so obviously this is a Frieza round, and I actually scored it a 10-6. This is the widest score for a round I've ever had on the channel so far. Guys, some of you in the comments, when I give a 10-9 round, will be like,
oh, that should have been a 10-6.
No, this is a 10-6. You have to realize, I'm basing the scoring system off the real life scoring system for MMA and boxing. Obviously it's not going to be a perfect comparison, but there's never been a single 10-6 round in MMA. And maybe not even a 10-7, not that I can remember. Maybe with point deductions? I don't know. I'm just trying to get some of you who don't know to understand how rare this score is. Goku landed absolutely nothing, while Frieza landed 46 of 47 strikes and dropped and hurt him countless times. 10-6. The score is now 29-25 in favor of Frieza going into the 4th round. Goku needs a miracle just to make it to the last bell. Let's see if he does any better in the next round. Round 4 starts with Frieza coming in with a body shot and then spamming up top. Goku hits the dirt. Then Frieza soccer kicks him to the air, grabs him by the neck with his tail like he has been all fight, and throws him away like a piece of garbage. Knee to the body sends him to the ground, then a headbutt to the body ragdolls him some more. He gets up, but he gets smacked right back down. This is humiliating. Again, he gets back up and he's hurt really, really badly. He's on that Ronda Rousey, clinch, clinch, clinch.
Clinch, 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 no.
He snaps out of it and he's like, what am I doing? I'm Goku. I don't quit. Frieza grabs him by the neck again and tosses him up in the air. Goku falls down in the water and wakes back up gasping for air. He makes it to the surface to catch his breath, but look at Frieza with the ki blast. This is some of that timing I've been talking about. No sensing here, he's just that clean with it. Goku tries to get some air again, but this man is just keeping him pinned underwater. I alluded to this in the Piccolo vs Frieza fight, how good he is at this, but man, just in general, no other villain makes the planet they're on feel like their playground like Frieza did. Goku thinks he swam to a safe spot, but right as he's about to fill up his lungs with air, his head gets pushed back into the water and he's drowning. Just before he fades away, he thinks about what happens if he loses this fight. All of his loved ones getting killed by this tyrant, and it wakes him up. He powers up enough to get out of Frieza's grip and he's pissed. The future of Gohan, Chi-Chi, the entire universe, it all depends on me. Here comes the Kaioken times 20, and I don't care if you're a million times stronger than me, I'm not gonna let them down. Who doesn't love this scene, man? Goku breaks Frieza's construct with a ki wave. He charges in and finally lands that hook. He's coming in, he's hungry, he wants some more, but Frieza dodges. Then he hits him with the Frieza blocks with his hand, but he's having a hard time holding it back. He's struggling. The veins on the forehead, he's working overtime for this one, but he neutralizes it with the ki blast. The burst of power is gone, and Frieza took no damage except some burn marks on his hand. Gohan and Krillin are wondering how it's possible that Frieza just tanked that, and Piccolo just accepts reality. He's like, it's over, bro. King Kai was right the whole time. We never had a chance. Goku's thinking, man, he really might be invincible. Listen, guys, there will never be another Frieza. At this point of the series, the Kaioken always cooked. Always. And now Goku at his very best and the most motivated he's ever been couldn't even hurt him while he was at 50% with it. We kind of take it for granted now after seeing all the power-ups and transformations later in the show, but at the time, this was just ridiculous. I don't care how much they try to escalate it, there will never be another Frieza. He comes in with the headbutt, then he walks up to him and up kicks him to the face. Kick to the body. Here comes a ki blast just to scare him, followed by another head kick. Goku, unconscious in the water, wakes up to catch a breath, and Frieza grabs him by the collar, but he's still coughing up water and gets it on bro's face. He throws him off in rage and then stomps his carcass. The next clip we see is Goku sent flying with his tail strike. He gets up and he's on the verge of quitting, but then a vision of Vegeta talking to him in his head motivates him. This is an emotional roller coaster. They're really pulling out all of the stops to motivate him with this one. His desire to face the biggest challenge possible, his desire to protect the loved ones, and now even his desire to beat Frieza because he's the last hope of his entire race. Frieza tries to scare him with another ki blast here, but it's comeback time. He dips down under this head kick and comes back with a hook kick. Frieza hops up to dodge it and tries to throw while he has the high ground, but Goku blocks. Okay, now he's coming in with the offense. High kick with the left hand behind it. Clean. Flurry of hooks and straights and a high kick, low kick. Everything is getting blocked, but at least Frieza isn't in control here. This combo repeats multiple times, and we see the hands inching closer and closer to connecting, but Frieza finds his spot and slips on the outside of this right hand to come back with a double hammer fist counter. Goku is grounded again, and Frieza pops him with a ki blast to the shoulder, then the knee, and then he starts seasoning him like he did to Piccolo and Simon Cowell. Here's a big one that Goku barely blocks. He comes back up and Gohan's like,
"My dad's getting destroyed out there."
With that, round 4 comes to a close. Another Frieza round in the books. Another dominant round too, but this one I'm gonna score a 10-7. Slightly better for Goku. Let's look at the stat sheet. He at least landed one good shot and had 2 moments of real resistance, but again, he got put through the meat grinder, almost got finished multiple times and got dominated for like 90% of the round. The score is now 39-32 for Frieza going into the last round. I never imagined a scorecard could be this wide, and for a fight that was 1 apiece before the 3rd round, that's crazy. Goku can only win this one with a finish. Let's take a look at the 5th and final round. Round 5 starts with Goku lifting his arms and focusing, while Frieza is just confused. My man's charging for this spirit bomb. Krillin's explaining to Piccolo how the move draws energy from all of the life on the planet, and Piccolo's like,
"So you're telling me there's a chance?"
But planet Namek isn't close to having enough energy. Goku is focusing on drawing energy from surrounding planets and stars. He's bringing out the heavy artillery. The gang notices the energy forming and they're on edge, but Frieza has no clue. Remember, he can't sense ki, so he thinks Goku's doing a magic trick with the water, that he's taking a break, or that he just lost his mind. Meanwhile, they're showing all living things contributing to juicing up the attack. They did not have to do Dende like this though, come on. Look at the energy from the stars coming in like, hold on bro, hold on, we got you. This was crazy. Frieza's like, when are you gonna quit stalling? My patience is growing thin. And Goku's just like, almost there, Frieza. Then he just starts laughing at him. Bro, Don't antagonize him. Make up a story. Do something. Just don't laugh at him right now. Of course, this pisses him off and he comes in and lands a knee to the head. Goku gets up and starts laughing again while he raises his arms to keep gathering energy. Still laughing, backhand to the face. Frieza peppers him with a flurry that drops him again. He's so close to gathering the energy. Just stall him somehow. Surely he won't laugh a third time. Bruh. Frieza's peppering Goku again because he's being a moron, while Gohan and Krillin are giving Piccolo their energy so he can step in and help because bro is about to mess up their one chance. Ain't no way, he's still laughing. Frieza launches a ki blast and it's not funny anymore. He sends him into the lake, and when he gets out, Frieza is right there waiting for him. Piccolo's still gathering energy. Then Frieza finally notices the spirit bomb from the reflection on the water and realizes that's what Goku's been doing this whole time. Piccolo is done gathering energy. Frieza points his finger at Goku, but Goku tries to surprise him with the right hand, but he gets caught easily. Here comes the finger again. He's gonna blow his brains out this time like he should have done 2 rounds ago. But look at Piccolo coming in hot. Boom! He catches Frieza off guard with a huge head kick that sends him flying. Best shot landed on him since that boot to the face in round 1. Goku's back up and he keeps gathering energy for the spirit bomb. Timeout. I'm taking 2 points away from Goku here for obvious reasons. And really, this should be a disqualification, but I'm a corrupt referee. It is what it is. Frieza comes out of the water pissed. Piccolo is taking a dookie in his pants. He's like, throw it Goku, throw it! Let go! Let go! But it's not ready, he needs a little more time. Again with Dende's carcass, you ain't getting any energy from that. Piccolo has no choice, so he comes up to Frieza to stall. He fires a ki blast volley at him. Is this legal? Nope. But hey, I didn't see nothing. Frieza comes up behind him and grabs him by the shoulder. Piccolo's like, let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. While he's getting cooked, Goku is still not ready. But just before Frieza bodies him, Gohan and Krillin each shoot a blast at him. Again, I didn't see a thing. Frieza realizes this whole thing is rigged against him, and he's like, man, screw this, I'm just gonna wipe everybody out at once. He charges the death ball and flies up because he's just about to blow up the planet. And honestly, I don't blame him one bit. But the energy from the stars finally came through and the spirit bomb is complete. Goku launches it and the death ball just gets completely engulfed in the attack. Frieza is shook and he takes the bomb head on, but it's overpowering him. He's being pushed back and his eyes are bloodshot. He's screaming in pain right before the energy explodes. He got caught. There's a massive shockwave followed by a huge crater in the ocean that starts to fill. Goku and Piccolo made it out alive, and the Z fighters reunite and celebrate their win. They think they finally took him out, but Frieza pulls up, beaten and battered, but still alive and beyond angry. He snipes Goku with the death beam, but Piccolo saves his life by taking the blast. Then Frieza shoots Krillin with the energy, lifts him up into the air about to kill him. Goku's begging him to stop, but Frieza just laughing before he blows him up into a million pieces. Then we get the best moment in Dragon Ball history as round 5 comes to a close. Goku turning into a Super Saiyan for the very first time. No need to even talk about this one, you all know. So we're done with part 1 of this epic clash, and I'm gonna give you the official result. Frieza wins in the 5th round via disqualification. Look, Goku was disqualified when Piccolo saved his life that last death beam. Hey, calm down, calm down. I have to keep some integrity here. Look, I'm just as biased as you. I wanted to go to the scorecards, but I can't justify that many interruptions, bro. Besides, he would have won by a mile either way. Don't worry, they are gonna run this back immediately. But just for fun, let's take a look at the stats for round 5. Frieza landed an insane amount of shots while he was peppering Goku early on, but Goku landed the Spirit Bomb, which was lethal. That one thing alone would have probably made this only a 10-9 round for Frieza if it went to the scorecards. Well, 10-7 after the point deductions. There, if I didn't disqualify Goku, he would have lost 39-49. Everybody eats. And here are the stats for the fight overall. Wow, what an absolute slaughter. 219 strikes landed and 20 ki blasts. I know Frieza was sandbagging, but still, this has got to be the most durable Goku's ever been in a fight. Also, I can't believe he only landed 24 strikes and 2 ki blasts. That's wild. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you want to see a part 2 next. I hope part 1 delivered. Subscribe if you're new and run up the likes. You guys are the best, and I'm out of here.